From Dawg Pound Daily, 3 Browns players who have disappeared disappointed in the first 4 weeks. They're going to go with David Njoku, number 3, Grant Delpit, number 2, and Denzel Ward, number 1. Njoku, the fumble was disappointing without question. He's been really good run blocking, and by and large, he's played pretty well, minus that, and I know that fumble's huge, but minus that fumble, he's played pretty well.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed in the player at all. I'm kind of disappointed in his usage the first 2 games. That was puzzling, but these last 2 games have been awesome. I mean, if you think about it, he's on pace for 80 catches and 800 yards. If I would have told you that before the season, I'm sure you'd have been happy with those results. But the fumble is disappointing. He's going to have to learn from that because he's the type of player who's going to catch it in traffic and probably wind up in a collision more times than not. So it's got to be high and tight, and I think that that's going to kind of accentuate that to him and make that a point of emphasis. But like you said, man, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he is a plus blocker now.
Yep.
If you think how far that young man has come since he got here from Miami when he was allergic to blocking. And what he does now, taking on defensive ends, like that is so advantageous for an offense that has a tight end that's not a tell. When Njoku's on the field, it's just as likely a run as it is a pass, because he's that type of inline blocker now. So I'm not disappointed in his season at all.
Yeah, if you're going to credit the run game, you got to give a little bit of credit in that run game to the blocking of David Njoku without question. Grant Delpit, I think the whole secondary has been disappointing. I don't want to single anyone out because it's a unit, and that unit has had some issues.
Yeah, I kind of put Grant Delpit and Denzel Ward in the same bucket. I think they had disappointing starts to the season. But both of them are actually trending up if you look at it now. Denzel for 2 weeks, and Delpit actually had a decent game against Atlanta. Now, he's a little uneven. He'll miss a tackle every now and again, but his presence was felt in Atlanta. He had a couple breakups. He had a nice stop tackle at the line. So I think both those players are trending up, but I would agree they had disappointing starts to the year. But there's going to be a lot asked of those guys back there over the next few games, so they need to be trending up in a hurry.
Yep, need to get it fixed in that secondary because this is the portion of the season where quarterbacks, they're going to throw it downfield or come in calling.